Wulfdale Zoo is a fantastic zoo by a user called Ulrich Wolfgang. It was built around a scenic valley. It features a rustic barnyard, a beautifully crafted Tundra Trek, and a cinematic monorail ride centered around Eurasian fauna. This zoo is beautiful. Join me on this tour, recorded live. But let's take a moment here to enjoy this parking space with these like administration buildings curving around. And you get a souvenir shop with a beautiful roof here, souvenirs, and the exit of the zoo right over here. Already feeling the vibes of Wulfdale Zoo. So let's actually approach and see what this feels like. I actually visited this zoo before and I had started recording, but then I ran out of recording space and I lost like, I don't know, I didn't know, so I recorded like 40 minutes of me just speaking to my computer essentially with nothing being recorded. But this is the opening area and we could actually pick a few places to go. And I started the previous time going to the farm area, but we're actually going to leave that for last. We're also not going to head there just yet. We're going to head over to this cafe. We have just arrived, a long drive here, walking past this beautiful entrance area. And we're checking out this cafe with the valley view. And let me tell you guys, this valley view right away is going to, reveal to you just how great this is. It's a stunning first look at this zoo. I love the realism here on the building, with all the little detailings, the trims and everything that make builds like this truly stand out. And just imagine I've arrived here and I'm gonna buy some overpriced, I don't know, like panini or something. And get over these decks. And this is the first sight that will greet you. You arrive here at this aptly named Valley View with these amazing terraces overlooking this monorail ride through a valley. There's this river that goes through the park and that has created interesting elevation that is the result of very careful landscaping by the builder. And then there is that gorgeous bridge over there spanning the river. And when I saw this, immediately I knew I wanted to visit this zoo and tour it for you guys. Because this, I don't even really need to see much more of this zoo to know that this is special. Right? I think you see this as well. The realistic vibes here, the scale of it, and then just knowing where to keep the foliage sparse so that you can see, and knowing where to build it up thick so you don't see too far ahead, but you do get some little spoilers there. And then just the awesome fence work over here and the monorail rides, and we're gonna let's actually save the monorail for last. I think that's actually the best idea. So that is such an awesome introduction to this zoo, and let's sprint over here to get a better view here at what I believe is one little glimpse here of the farm area that we'll also check out. But we also do get the, I should know which deer this is. This is the red deer, right? The fallow deer, excuse me. I don't know my deer. I apologize. Anyway, that I think this is very much a statement about this zoo that it's gonna be special. So let's actually head over to that bridge that we saw. You get some glimpses, some awesome statues of what you're going to see here. You can go check out the souvenirs and leave the park from there, but we're not about to leave. We are about to walk over this beautiful bridge across the river and look at the awesome pathing work here. It takes a lot of time to build paths like this, if you know the pathing system in Planet Zoo. But you have this awesome monorail station with these boxed in trees and like the retaining walls heading downwards. It is a look left monorail because everything is on your left. So you're advised to sit in, I believe, seat 3 to maximize your viewing pleasure. But we're going to head over this bridge, over the Wysant there, and that is just amazing, isn't it? What a vibe. It's amazing what you can do in this game. And the patience to plant that amount of buffalo grass on a slope, that takes some patience. But all the classics are there. Bramble, periwinkle, buffalo grass. And just the rock work here, it's so beautiful with the grass poking through. I mean, this is gratifying in a whole different way, for sure. And yeah, the first big attraction that we're actually going to visit is the Tundra Trek. We're going to also stick to the left path. Let's actually check out the tigers here. First, we get the... I always mess this name up. I'm so sorry, guys. Przezwalski horse? Przezwalski horse? I'm so sorry. It's not an easy word. But here they are, in a much more forested area than you usually see these guys in. But I appreciate it for sure. But those guys are definitely more meant for the monorail ride. You get a cool little hill here, planted terrain with beautiful flowers. Let's not look at that. Let's go over here. And do you see the elevation, right? This is a valley, and starting from here, the terrain will softly be sloping up. And that is just such a subtle, yeah, it's so subtle, but it really adds to the immersion and also allows the builder to hide things that he doesn't want you to see yet over the horizon, so to speak, right? One of the issues that you have when you're building like this, a flat zoo, is that you always have to be hiding stuff. I'm terrible at that. But in a zoo where you give yourself sort of the terrain landscaping like this, you don't have that issue. And look at like the sagging here of the chain link. Such great detailing. But actually, I wanna see our first animal, don't you? Reindeer habitat. Where are they? A very lush habitat with plenty of broken trees, but no reindeer at the moment. Seems like a reindeer no-show. How sad. Because it's Christmas time and all. Let's double check if I... Yep, there's one of them. Is there just the one reindeer in here? Oh! Aha! They are hiding. Oh yes, I remember. Excuse me, guys. I'm being a bit of a dummy-dum. The reindeer have this tunnel, and they have this second yard that is less forested, less shadowy. Again, with this beautiful slope and this awesome cluster of broken trees. And then you get the Arctic Center over there that we're gonna check out soon enough. Don't you worry. We'll be checking out this gorgeous, sexy building in a bit. But yes, you get this tunnel. I mean, not quite a tunnel, right? But you get a bridge over the reindeer habitat. There they are with their wonky little legs. Amazing. We push on towards this aviary. This aviary, if you know how aviaries are built, you know that it takes a lot of patience to do something like this. And this is a gorgeous little construction for the red-crowned crane over there, as you can see. And they get these beautiful faux trees and actually climbing stuff. Is there a climbing animal in here? Or are they supposed to be purchased for the cranes to sit on? Perhaps that's it. But beautiful asymmetrical aviary here with these poles to keep up the tension in these wires. And I've looked at a lot of tutorials to build aviaries like this. I don't think I'm ever going to put myself through that. To build something like this takes a lot of time. So my hats off to you, good sir. Look at them just wading through the beautiful periwinkle pool there. The red-crowned crane. Oh, I don't want to reveal too much of that yet. We do get the Arctic wolf here, and this is probably already one of my favorite habitats in here for the Arctic wolf. There is one of them, but guys, just look at this gorgeous little moment. You get the elevation going from there, and then you get this depression in the ground with the fence that is tall enough for the wolves, but it does not obstruct your view at all, because the floor, the forest floor goes back up again. So you are not obstructed in your viewing of the wolves, and yet the wolves are no threat to escape. And also, if you for some reason wanted to get in there with the wolves, you'd also have a hard time. And that is just such a beautiful little habitat. I love. Oh my god, yes, look at it resting there on the cave. I'm glad I caught that. But this is kind of really inspirational to me, with all the different ways of keeping the wolves away from you and you away from the wolves, and the lushness of it all, and the way that this goes up and forms automatically like a fortress that hides away whatever is behind it. Beautiful. I'm stealing this. I'm going to build something like this. You'll see. I can't look away from it. I love this so much, this habitat. Absolutely do. On our left here, we have, with a similar fencing, I'm not quite sure what's in here. Perhaps like an Arctic fox or something. Let's see if we can catch an inhabitant here. I'm not too sure what's in here. Look at how big this is, actually. And how natural it feels when you look at it like this. No fence in sight. Just pure nature is what you seem to be looking at when you're standing here. But oh, I want to know what's in here. What is this? Let's perhaps it's meant to be like a holding area. I'll zoom out at the end and check out all the secrets that we haven't seen. I love guys, I love this so much. This is such a vibe for these wolves. I know the Arctic wolf isn't a very popular animal these days, what with being, very clearly just a reskin of the... look at the way we enter this new habitat here. The doll sheep even looked like they were looking at me when I arrived. Beautiful elevation here, with the scattered trees and the rocks, and then the faux rocks, and the tree in the back. The doll sheep. Amazing. Again, they're oh no, let me back up. Yep, their fence is hidden down below, and at the back I'm going to assume there's going to be a fence that's hidden from view. And that's just such a simple trick if you want to know how to make zoos that look like this. Just hide stuff. I say this now, having built a very big zoo that doesn't hide stuff, because I'm impulsive and I don't plan ahead. But hiding things is such an effective thing, because then you can play around with revealing things at the same time. Then you have things like this poking out, and then you are like, I want to head towards that little area. And that's such an effective thing to do, all applied in real zoos, in theme parks and everything. We get a second view here of the doll sheep. They clearly do have a big area back there as well, but I love this so much. And again, I haven't really been saying it, but look at the curbs here. Look at how thick the planting is here to make everything look natural. And here we have, I believe, an otter sort of cave. Look at this beautiful faux tree spanning the entrance here with the otter statues. Gorgeous roof here with supporting structures. And we get the North American river otter. I believe I actually do have a mod for this. I could have planned ahead and put the modded animal in here, but the North American river otter here, you know, being played by the Asian small-clawed otter, it's a bit bigger than this animal, but we get this eye-level swimming area for them, very clear water, amazing animals, and we are at this point. We have all of the foliage is above us. Look how beautiful this is. In love with it. And then, surprise, surprise, at the other end, you get, in case you don't know already, you get a water area for the grizzly bear. And there is one back there. It might perhaps just have been in the water and we missed it. I often have a lot of good luck with these animals performing like their ideal routine. This is ideal as well, right? Standing in the waterfall, eating these fish from the block of ice. Beautiful waterfall with these waterfall pieces hidden in the rocks here, and then the splashing of the water. And I love how, again, the habitat is above you at this point, so you feel small, you know, against the scale of this habitat, against the scale of these animals. Look at this wet matted fur, by the way. Love the modeling on that. But yeah, that's and look at these tree guards here as well. But again, so much is hidden. The shelter for the bears is hidden. The fence at the back keeping them in here is hidden, and that's such an effective tool to really make you feel like you're looking at a diorama of nature instead of a habitat. And that's always something I've been taking away. I've been doing a lot of tours lately where stuff like that really stands out, and that's something in my next zoo, something I really need to practice with. I'm going to try, and oh, I hadn't seen this yet. This cave with the beautiful window here. Oh yes, oh no, we missed it. Let's go back, let's go back. Let's go back. There we go. We have the big boy or big girl in the water. Looks like they're having a great time. Face to the sun. Funny swimming animation. I don't think I've ever seen a grizzly bear swim in a zoo. Polar bears, sure, but I don't think I've ever seen another bear swimming like this. So would be a great experience. Let's head back to that cave area. Oh, there's actually another bear in there. You see how much was actually hidden from us? I have this. Who knows how much is back there? I don't know. That's amazing. That's part of the mystery of habitats like this. And now they're both in the water. Love it. Beautiful. Alright, the tour continues. We get yet another view at what truly is my second favorite habitat in this zoo for the Arctic wolf. You'll agree with me on what the best is. You'll agree with me, I'm sure of it. We're going to head up here. We get a new view here of the bears, and they do get this hidden moat back there. But again, as I've been saying, it's hidden. You don't see it. It looks like the bears could walk right up to you. And not all zoos have the means to do something like this, but you know, it's still something that zoos aspire to do. Modern zoos, at least, is hiding the. And this is the Wolverine, right? We get a lookout tower here for the Wolverine, with another viewing area over there with their dirty water. Just a classic forested area with beautiful trees all around. And we get one of these funky little animals. Their name in Dutch is veelvraat, which is translated to, how would you say? This guy eats a lot. Eats a lot. Apparently, when biologists wanted to name this little guy, they just wanted to focus on how much it eats. So there you go. Wolverine. eats a lot. And yeah, that is its habitat. Again, with the fence, you see it back there, but I think I definitely have a whole section in my new zoo. Look at the beautiful fencing here with the electrical wires as well. It takes a lot of time lining that up with the actual fences back there. But I'll definitely have a section in my new zoo with like these forested slopes like this. Very inspirational. I've been seeing a lot of zoos lately that are really, really selling me on that concept. And here you get the Wolverine once again with another view. It looks like there's maybe just the one in here. Oh, there's another sleepy one back there. They do have the privacy to have a little sleep back there. Ah, the planting is so beautiful. Let me know, by the way, guys, if the music is too quiet or too loud. I actually have no idea myself, because I'm a bit of an amateur when it comes to streaming with music, I'll be honest. And this is a rare sight indeed. As far as I know, no zoo really holds this animal. So it's a bit of a controversial choice as far as DLC animals goes. But this is the Saiga, which only lives in Mongolia, right? Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Russia. And I don't think there's actually zoos that hold this animal. Prove me wrong, I'll look this up after saying it, but so it would be a very rare sight to have these guys. And whereas the Wolverine got a more forested area, their natural habitat is reconstructed with more bare, because they do roam these very sparse areas with very few trees, in fact. But they actually look great with the trees in the backdrop, the fence here in the depression. The technical term for this really is a depressed fence, if I remember correctly, where you sort of create a line from here to here, and when you stand here, you are at eye level with the highest area of the habitat, and the fence is hidden way down below. Again, that's the magic here of the Arctic wolf habitat, for sure. I just can't stop looking at this one. I love it so much. All right, let us move on. We're not heading there just yet. I know it's tempting. It's a big old building, but we're going to head over here first. You might already have spotted an animal over there. We will be checking out the backstage at the end, but we get a wonderful viewing area here for the Arctic fox. I don't think I've ever seen an Arctic fox in a zoo, so this would be a first. If I did see one in real life. But look at the dedication of hiding the chain link with these metal poles. That's detailing, and also the sagging of the fence here. That's detailing that tells you about this creator, right? All of his chain link fences are affected by gravity and are affixed to these rocks by metal support structures. And you don't notice these things because they're so natural, but you know, they really do so much to making a place like this look real. And again, with the tricks of placing you at eye level with the highest point here, so that everything beyond this is hidden. You don't know what's back there. Is there a fence? Can they just run into the forest? That's the magic of habitats like this. And this over here, it's a bit of a shame. When I did record this for the first time and discovered it wasn't actually recording at all, when I arrived here, the main attraction of the zoo was just standing right over here, and that was really special. But I'm going to let you sort of guess what's in here, or perhaps the animal will reveal itself. But this is a massive habitat, and for me, clearly the standout. And perhaps you've seen them already down there. Can we get a glimpse of the big guy? Where are they? Perhaps we can't. There we go. This is a polar bear habitat, a very, very big one. Again, making use of the same magic of this whole zoo, playing around with the elevation from the river down below, if you remember, and it keeps going up and up. And, you know, it looks like the polar bear could just go over here and escape, but I assure you there's plenty of precautions to keep, you know, to keep that scenario from happening. But is it coming this way? Such a cool animal. Massive. There's another one. They are actually in separate habitats, which I'm going to assume is a realistic way to keep them. But a whole, you know, rather large section of this zoo is dedicated to the polar bears. So I think we're going to take our time looking at this. Look at it standing on the rock. That's what you want when you build a habitat like this, right? You want it to stand on the rock. I think there's like an enrichment item placed in here to ensure that it does. But those are the moments that you hope to achieve when you build a zoo like this. And that they actually use this and stand on it. Because, you know, and then it goes stalking in the bushes again. Love it. Great habitat, and there's more to come for sure, because the Arctic Center, if I remember, is right over here. We get another aviary, this time with a prop bird in there, and this one is Birds by Jaguar X. I don't know which bird this is. Perhaps it is named. It isn't. You know, it's an eagle. Let's say that. I don't know which eagle it is. I apologize, but it's an eagle. We are stuck on the roof of the aviary. How impolite of us. Here we go. We have the Arctic Center. We are not heading down there. That is just reconnecting us to the aviary. We're going to head over here. Great use of this piece, which is curved and clearly meant to be used with a curved wall like this. And oh my god, yes, I remember once again. The roof is on fire. Look at this beauty. I'm just... Perhaps it's weird, but I'm just gonna look at this for a bit. It's just marvelous. And I know it's just a whole bunch of, you know, planks crisscrossing through each other, but the details and the intricacy and the lighting and the coloring and everything. What a fantastic creation. And the lighting is absolutely working wonders here. I am in love with this. Like they're not even connected. There's like steel beams. And then you get why is the word escaping me? You get skeletons for you know, one of the saber-toothed tigers, perhaps the Smilodon. You get fossils, these ammonites. They can get much smaller than this. They can also get much bigger than this. And of course, you cannot go without the mammoth. Great prop work here. If you check out the workshop, I seem to remember there's a big list of anything that Ulrich Wolfgang didn't build himself. But this is just such a real place, right? I love when plant zoo builders really just make it feel like this is a real place that they reconstructed. You know, I toured Beeksebergen a while ago, and that is a real place reconstructed, and just the magic of that you know it exists in real life. This doesn't exist in real life, I think, but when you look at it, you assume that it does. I don't know, does that make sense? I'm not sure if it does. Anyway, guys, there's a cute little playground here with these little like things for kids to ride on, and an amazing slide to climb up in. and like the soft floor for them to run around on, and we can get some food over here and eat it here. And when you sit here, let's actually go outside. You get this beautiful panoramic view of, yes indeed, the polar bears. As you can see, there's 2 habitats holding several polar bears. I haven't counted them yet, but look at the 2 of them swimming in the crystal clear water, and then you get the glass separating them. And this little like concrete beach or whatever, probably perhaps meant to represent sand or something, or but anyway, it's just a look at how gorgeous this is. Like the African plaster cones, right? Yeah, 666 of them, in fact. Beautiful. But in fact, there's a whole second area of them making use of the same magic of using elevation to create immersion. The polar bears are in there, but they could be below us. Oh, that's actually them. I thought there was 2 big white boulders, but that's actually the 2 polar bears sleeping. Look at the intricacy of the faux rocks there, and then the fence just disappearing. Just imagine them walking over here. Their white contrasted with the green. Their little cave over here. This is clearly the #1 habitat for this zoo, and the creator knew it. I'm sure of it, that this was his favorite as well. And I love everything about it. The way that the floor here is built out of these plaster cones. The waterfall here looking so real, even though it's so much of it is just a trick of the eye, but it looks like there's actually a current here as well there. And as you can see, we'll get there's a whole lot more ways to view the polar bear. Before we do that, I think we're gonna head up here first. This is actually traversable by explore mode. We get this elevated seating area under the gorgeous roof with the, I think, mosasaur, or at least it's one of those. Mosasaur could be a chronosaur, plesiosaur, I'm not sure, but we get another cool view here of the polar bear habitat, and oops, also of this one. Then we're just gonna head on down again. Yoinks, there we go, because there is indeed a polar bear den down below, and an elevator should you need it. A wonderful touch. And you get a large, awesome, like cavern with gorgeous sculpted faux rocks and this roof and these lights. And let's actually start over here. Wow, that was amazing, whatever happened there. But here you get the polar bears. You love it. I love it. But it actually has like whole changes in elevation as well. I'm not sure if guests could actually visit here, the Planet Zoo guests. But I love these like fixtures for the glass panes. Amazing. I've had some amazing experiences with polar bears in zoos I visited, and this really brings me back to those moments, right? Kind of brings me back to the Paradise, like polar bear cathedral. If you've been there, you know what I mean. With these really tall windows next to the walruses. I love their cute little swimming animations. Amazing. And we do get the other one as well. But look at the patience it must have taken to build this. It seems I do have much more selected, but there's 2,000 faux rocks involved here at the very least. And you just love that the polar bears are like swimming together. What a sight. And we'll actually leave here as the sunlight beckons us through here. Believe it or not, guys, there's actually much more of this zoo still coming. Hey, Alfred Supersauce is watching this on mute. They're watching on mute. I'll just send the link in the direct you to the link in the description. You get another look here at the polar bears, another look here at the reindeer with the I think this is a joke from what's it called again? The series with the cops. Raymond Holt. Who is Raymond Holt again? Let me Google that right quick. Raymond Holt from the series Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There we go. There we go. I think this is a joke from the series that I'm not quite getting. The Captain Raymond Holt quote Arctic Center unquote. This is probably a joke I'm not getting. But I do know the name Raymond Holt. And we get a gorgeous area here where we can sit back and check out the polar bear again, and it's standing there perfectly for us to observe. I love it. Okay, so we are now over here. Not sure what's here again. Ah, I remember. They're probably sleeping. Because there's a big cat in here, and cats love to sleep. This is, I believe, the Siberian tiger habitat, or perhaps the Bengal tiger. And they have this, you know, very classic tiger habitat with the waterfall and the pool with the steps into it. But the tiger itself is currently not showing itself, which is its prerogative. There we go. That looks Siberian to me, right? It's gone again. One thing that I don't know what it is about them, but I think it's because I watched a lot of Jurassic Park when I was young, but fences like this, they trigger something in me. I can't explain it, but when I see fences like this in real life and in Planet Zoo, I feel something stir inside, right? That's part of my childhood where I got this really deep attachment to electrical fences, and like fences clearly meant to hold back dangerous animals. I get such a kick out of them, and all the different designs that are possible. I don't know. It's such a boy thing. I think such a teenage boy thing to fall in love with electrical fences. But yeah, I will admit, I love fences. Siberian tiger. Yeah, it's not really showing itself. I think we get a second chance. There we go. There we go. I think I have the remaster running on this for the Siberian tiger. I do believe so. But chances are there's just the one in here, which is the realistic option, of course. And it's gonna have a little swim. You deserve it. And we are going to continue past the beautiful flower beds. With the beautiful curbs. And we get another chance here to view the Siberian tiger, although we know at this point where it is. It's down there. And another classic zoo design here is continuing elements from the viewer area into the animal area, which is what has been done here to make you feel, I don't know if it's really effective or not, but more connected to the animal inside. And the other option, I love how it ran towards the food and then looked at it and went like, that's not good enough. And the other option is elements from the animal habitat extending into the viewer area. Both are, again, I really plan on my next zoo to really make use of more tricks like that, because I have been neglecting the viewer experience for sure. If I get it done before Plant Zoo 2, who knows? We don't know when that game will arrive, but I think it will arrive in 2026. I don't think they would tease it or announce it more than a year beforehand. So guys, it kind of looks like we've finished the zoo, but don't worry, there's a lot more to be seen. If you've joined only just now, the large part of this is a valley with a monorail ride, and we are actually going to do the monorail at the end. We're going to sprint past this gorgeous cafe with a terraced look, Boyle's Cafe. This is a custom... No, it isn't. It's kind of custom. Okay. But there's like a farm area here. Sort of unexpected. And we need to check it out. There is the Jeffords Junction playground. Once again, really makes me foam at the mouth for potential... Imagine if your zoo guests could actually use stuff like this. Even if it was like just things that Frontier made and you had to put down and guests would have animations, that would be so much fun. And then the option to customize it. I think, considering that they know how to do attractions and stuff, that should be possible, right? To have a slide and stuff like that, and a swing, and just have kids have animations on them. But there's a very cute little farm area here with the Highland cattle here, with one of the most beautiful backdrops you're ever going to see for Highland cattle. And you get these beautiful aged buildings over here. We can walk in, check out if there's like a lone chicken in here, and look at this beautiful aged paint here and the planks and everything. Love it. And the low fences. Sheep and goat are in here. And yeah, guys, I don't know about you, but as a kid I hated petting zoos, and I kind of still do. And I think as a kid my problem was I've never been a brave man. I still am not, but I was just intimidated by these animals, especially because when I was young I was in a buggy, I remember, and I had just broken my arm, and I was like going in a stroller, I think is the better word for it. I was being pushed around in the stroller, I had broken my arm, I was feeling sort of fragile, and I was being pushed around with these creepy creatures with horns on their face at eye level, and I was like, get me the hell out of here, mom. And then I saw another kid being headbutted by one of these guys, and I was like, no, I don't want to be here with these demonic creatures. Get me out of here. And still to this day, I don't really enjoy going to any section in zoos where you are inside the animal's habitat. I don't really like it. I don't like building it in Plant Zoo. I don't like it in real life. Sort of like, even though they're living in captivity, which is a whole discussion in and of itself, I sort of want to respect their sanctity and their privacy more than this. And I know these animals are much more used to it because they're domesticated, but if you have like these wallaby walkthroughs or something, or like Patagonian mares are another classic, or monkeys, I am much more satisfied seeing them from a distance. That's just me. So that's just a Yelbu thing. But I love how this section is very different from what we just saw. Small scale, cute, sort of like historic feeling, if you know what I mean, right? Like probably a part of this zoo that is kind of forgotten. People probably rush over the bridge, and this is sort of like a forgotten glory or something. I don't know if you know what I mean, but like this swan pond really doesn't compare to what we saw back there, right? So this has this like sort of feel like, oh yeah, this is how we started this zoo feel to it. But even, yeah, I'm not even mentioning all the little details here, the beautiful fencing, the scattered logs and the rocks, these custom like airlock is not the word. What is the word for this? I'm not sure. That is the alpaca, yes, and we get the chickens with this beautiful, smelly, moldy chicken food over here. Can we get it? Can we get into this building? We cannot. They actually have a pretty private section to themselves here. These Sussex chicken. Love it. But don't you worry, guys. One of the best things is yet to come, as we do get a view here and the possibility to give a little pet on the nose to these American donkeys. But I'm just gonna run, because you might think, at this point Yelbu has visited everything, but there is still the final thing to see, and that is the Look Left monorail. Called so because the creator has really urged anyone who visits to look left. The whole viewing experience is on your left. And we get a stairway here, and we do get an accessible option for anyone who needs it in a wheelchair or anything else. And then this like little gathering area, or even a queue perhaps for busy days, with this cute little fountain. What a wonderful area. I don't know where it's supposed to be set, but something about this says America to be, right? It just has that feeling of like a United States environment. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not meant to be like that. I know the creator is called Ulrich Wolfgang, and the name of this zoo is Wulfdale, but this sort of has a United States feel to it. Anyway, please ride in seat 3. Let's make sure we do. I love how the foliage is from all over the world, but it works, right? You have African trees and everything. But the rock work here, I know that's such a overused word, but yes. So this is so nice. They're all standing in the perfect place with the sun at their backs, and this little mountain section here in the middle. The perfectly placed dead trees. And the way the habitat itself has these slopes and mountains, but especially this like section, these like ridges. Fantastic. Guys, if you want to see more zoo tours like this, and perhaps if you want to see more zoo tours live streamed like this, be sure to drop a like, so I know that this is something I should continue doing. And it's always nice to be liked, of course. Don't we all want to be liked in the end? This is, as we now know, the black buck and Indian rhino habitat, and this time we do get the rhino here. And I feel like a black buck had actually escaped. Very much a habitat you don't usually see for rhinos, right? In like this forest. But I appreciate that. I like it when zoos have, like, you haven't this, I don't know if that counts as escaped or not, I'm not sure, but it feels like it could actually get out of there if it wanted to, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, more rhino. Look at the scale of this. I love big habitats, and I cannot lie. I love me some big habitats. Oh my god. I love building big habitats, and I love looking at them. I have a type, I guess. Anyway, here is the wild water buffalo. This one is tweaking, as they say, making a bit of a... Let's ignore that one. Anyway, this is more barren, because these guys are just trampling around on hooves the whole time. Look at the beautiful like mud bank over here. And the little sandbanks as well. And now perhaps you could say that the ride is going too slow, but not for me. Boom, cooka boom, doom, getting distracted by the music. Anyway, what's in here? Did we just miss an animal? Oh, the nilgai, of course. The largest antelope of Asia. Very weird looking animal. I have to... Something about it feels off. I think it's the size of its head. I was kind of not happy with the model, but then I looked at them in you know, actual real pictures of them, and they do have this weird little, like, composition to them. Very interesting shape. There's a younger one as well. The rockwork has been stunning, and the whole valley feel of this. And there's seems to be a rampant black buck here as well. At this point I am convinced that these black bucks are escaping and that there's something wrong here or something. I don't know. There's black bucks everywhere. Doesn't always feel like they... Why would there be a lone male black buck here? If, you know, perhaps for realism reasons. Ah, look at this. I love when the game... Ah, look at this. Are you seeing this? With the zoomed in field of view and everything. The trees, the parallax of it all, the lighting. Ah, what a dreamy moment. This is such a relaxing game. If you're into nature, if you're into animals... Even if you're into like photography, architecture, there really are very few games out there that can match what this game makes me feel. And I'm not into architecture, but something about the way we're gliding past this is so satisfying. Puts me in such a zen mode, really. With these gorgeous horses that look like they belong in a different time altogether. Alright, now we're going to go under the bridge, and I'm actually wondering if we missed something. Because I do recall from the bridge, standing on it, that there's a whole bison area, but did we miss it? Did I just... We might want to speed this section up a bit, actually, in fact. Let's get back in. I think I jumped the gun a bit on that one. We get a nice view here of the underside of the bridge, which of course is just as lovingly handcrafted as the top. I would absolutely be cutting corners here, and then I would realize, oh, actually the monorail passes under it. I have to make this look real. Such a gorgeous little area. Okay, there's stuff to our right, but we are in the look left monorail, so let's just look left, I guess, and just hope that we don't miss stuff. Ooh, this has tall fences. Is this just the back of the Siberian tiger habitat? I think it is. Or perhaps another tiger or predator altogether. Is that... What is that? That's not it, right? This is also the true Jurassic Park experience. But yeah, I think this is the tiger habitat for sure. I love the elevated nature of this. So much better than a flat surface. Write this down, guys. If you want to make cool habitats, elevation changes. Look at how the fences go up. And there's a secondary habitat for another probably big cat. This might be, I don't know, I haven't checked that far ahead, perhaps for the cougar. But once again, very realistic. Whatever is in here is not showing its face. Oh, there we go. There is a tiger. Beautiful, stalking through this lush, beautifully decorated habitat. With the trees and the leaves and the rocks and the bushes. Amazing. And then over this shelter for this very large, more tundra-like area that I don't see a single animal in. What do you think is in here, guys? Camels? Dromedary? Bactrian? I don't know. Where is it? Where are they? That is a staff bridge. We'll check that out at the end. But look at just how the river is planted. I wish I could do stuff like this. I wish how I knew how to build like this. Anyway, this is the European fallow deer. They have a very, very large area here. And these cute little like farm-like structures that are sort of echoes of the one we saw earlier. And this like path-like structure revealing the man-made nature of these shelters. A-tier placement of that tree over there. And then you have these paths where they would naturally tread. And there's actually a peafowl in here. And you don't always see peafowl in lush, large habitats like this. I feel like they are very much the beginner animal in Planet Zoo. Very much baby's first Planet Zoo habitat is the peafowl. But I love to see them get the respect like this. And look at this once again. Ah, look at this. S-tier moment. The lighting, the grass, the colors of their fur, the slope. And let me tell you, placing buffalo grass on a slope is not enjoyable. Look at the smoothness of these rocks. But at which point should we have seen the Wisent? Switch to seat 4. How do you do that? How do you switch to seat 4? I don't know how to do that. Right camera. Put me back in the right camera. Seat. How do I switch to seat 4? Okay, seat 4. There we go. No! Right camera. Okay, don't touch anything else. There we go. This is what I wanted to see at the end. The majestic, large, Wisent valley habitat with the amazing, amazing rocks. The bend in the river. And this is such an achievement in Can you imagine, guys, being the Planet Zoo people and releasing this game all these years ago and knowing that people would be doing this with it at the end? I think you would be very happy with yourself. Because this, you know, if this was an actual video game, I would also be stunned. Like, oh, look at what these developers did. But this was just made by one guy. Anyway, we have completed the ride, and this is time for the customary zoom out to check out things that we have missed. First of all, there's the parking lot, but there's a whole bunch of backstage stuff that not all of it is fully modeled, but I know for certain that there is a whole backstage section here, sort of supporting the farm area. Again, I don't think I want to look in them. Yeah, not all of them. They're not all modeled inside, but that's completely fine. But the backstage of this is modeled as well. And they do have their little road here with the bridge over the river. So their backstage can also support with these like holding pens, perhaps for quarantine. But the staff have their whole little section and backstages built for them that we as viewers don't necessarily get to see. And then you have let's see if there's more stuff. We'll look at the top down view. I don't think I want to look in there, but again, just wanted to show that all of this is modeled out. But I think I want to just check out the habitats from the top, because that is how they were built, of course. And that always offers you a new perspective on just how good this is. So let's go to the Tundra Trek first. And this is so satisfying, really. Makes me happy. Again, I think this is second favorite. Perhaps I think I like it even more than the polar bear, this Arctic wolf zone. I absolutely love this one. Absolutely love this one. I need to build something like this. And I will definitely do it or die trying. Here is the hidden moat for the polar bears that you don't see at all from the back. You know, you're not really meant to see it even as a zoo tour person. But this dry moat, again, you don't see it at all, but that's just realistic polar bear husbandry. And like, this wasn't even finished because you don't see it from anywhere. Right? When you stand here, the terrain has been raised just enough that you don't even see this hill. But yeah, that pretty much concludes our tour of Wulfdale Zoo. It's not the biggest zoo, but it is beautiful, absolutely stunning. Just look at this river valley. Full of surprises. Oh, actually, guys, yeah, there was one habitat that we went past that we didn't know what was in there. Oh. Huh? Oh. It's actually the Wisent's sort of highland area. Okay, I thought this was like a shelter and we were going over it. This is what we could have seen going past here. Okay. That is it for this tour. Thank you so much for watching, for having watched. And if you're about to watch, then you won't hear what I'm saying right now, because then you'll be at the beginning of the video. But thank you for stopping by. This counts as like my weekend video, I guess. Editing has been very slow lately, and you know, it's the holidays coming up. I'll try my best to get more videos out. Believe you me, I am building, trying to build Bolo Bolo to the very end. I'm so close, but I really need to clear my head first and look at some inspiration. So once again, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, a nice rest of your night, and I will see you very, very soon for another